Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of WP the Podcast. I'm David Blackman.
And I'm Tim Streifler.
Day 6, AirPod audio. We're getting close, folks. We're getting close. Today in episode 833, we're going to talk about, do I need to know how to code to build a WordPress website? And my short answer to that is no. In today's day and age, you can build a website without, having knowledge of code, which is fantastic. Now, there are some caveats to that. And before I let Tim dive off into, probably a lot more of the technical stuff, I'm just going to say this. It depends on what it is that you're wanting to achieve on your website, because there may be some things that you run into that a plugin for WordPress or a theme that you may be using may require you to have some basic understanding of coding, like CSS or HTML. So, Tim, I know you got a lot more better stuff to say than I do, so go for it.
Yeah, so I agree with your short answer. Do I need to know how to code to build a WordPress website? No, definitely not. Like with WordPress itself as a graphical user interface, WordPress themes and plugins are all user-friendly, built-in controls, options, stuff like that. And you can do a whole lot without actually coding, which is great. But then beyond that, I've got a little visitor in here.
Hello, little visitor. Hey, Merritt.
Merritt, can you say hi?
Tim, if you're watching us on YouTube or you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or wherever, go on over to YouTube and come say hi to Merritt. That's a mighty big smile you got there. Man, he seems happy to see me. Hey.
You wave. You wave to David. He can't actually hear you, David.
I know he can. Tim has his AirPods in, but Merritt just learned how to swim, so he's amazing. And Tim has a pool, so he wouldn't have to worry about his son drowning because he can swim now.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
So yeah, you definitely do not need to know how to code to build a WordPress website by any means. However, the more you know, the more powerful of a website builder you'll become. And one thing that's kind of funny is the layperson, when they think of like, oh, does this person know how to code? They think of it as an all or nothing type of thing. Like, oh, this person knows how to code, this person doesn't. Where that's not how it works, because there's so many different coding languages. A true like full stack developer coder, like you could even call them like a software engineer. Well, they're going to be able to code in any language essentially, or they'll be able to quickly learn a coding language. However, when it comes to web design, web development, you can learn kind of the entry-level layers of coding without being a full-blown like developer coder, right? I'm not a full-blown coder developer, but I know CSS and HTML, and I can look at PHP and JavaScript and kind of figure out what I'm trying to do, and edit the code and customize and move it around and all of that. So while I can't full on code and write functions and program, I'm not a programmer, I know enough to be able to take me further, right? I know the HTML and CSS and some of the basics of PHP and JavaScript to where I can do more. And I'm able to manage people that do know those languages thoroughly and are full-blown programmers. So it's not an all or nothing. You can learn bits and pieces and kind of stack the layers of what you know and can do, and you're going to become a more powerful website builder in the process.
Yeah, and I think, beyond that, it depends on what your goals are. If you aren't a developer and programmer, and you're not going to be building out sites, and you have a small business in a town, and you're going to put your website up, and you're not really going to mess with it much after that, outside of updating and making sure that it stays secure, you're probably not going to have to learn coding and stuff. It's not going to be that big of a deal. But if you want to expand your website's capabilities and to do all the things that Tim was talking about, then it's, it might behoove you to go ahead and learn a little bit. So there you go. Hope we answered your question. Tomorrow, we've got another great topic. I want to build websites for clients, but where do I get started? We're going to share with you that knowledge tomorrow. Until then, we'll see you then.
Take care. Bye-bye.